名だな。俺を呼んだのはあんたかい？
Yo, what's up, y'all? Later. Looks like we got another traveler, Richard. He is the star of the Memory Traveler banner. You can think of these banners like the Sacred Blaze banners, the banner that Odette and Leon are in. They're time limited, but unlike collaboration banners, these reruns are more frequent. Richard is a lightning warrior of the famed faction from Memoirs. He will undoubtedly be the best warrior to date. His abilities allow him to buff other sword users and polearm users, and he's also able to lower sword resist down to enemies, allowing for even more damage. Let's go ahead and check him out. But of course, voice actor first, Takamasa Mogi. His roles are mainly supporting characters. He must like Octopath as he voices 4 different Octopath characters. Hero from Octopath Traveler 2, Kurtz, Julio, and of course Richard from COTC. Anyways, onto Richard's notable damage skills. So for his first notable damage skill, he has a 2-hit random target sword damage attack that each hit he deals 15% speed down for 2 turns. So if you're fighting one enemy, that's going to be a total of 4 turns of speed down. And then his next ability, he has a 2-hit random target sword damage attack, and each hit inflicts a 15% physical attack down for 2 turns. And then his next attack is a 4-hit random target sword damage attack, and each hit gives a chance for 15% sword resist down. Take a look at the SP usage, it's a whopping 83, which is pretty high. And then his nuke attack is a 1-hit sword attack, potency at 230, and once you enhance it, it becomes 260. And just like 2B's nuke attack, it's always going to crit. And then for his elemental ability, he has a 3-hit lightning attack that's random target. And then for his nuke, it's a 1-hit sword damage attack, potency at 500 at level 1, at 600 at level 10. And it also increases sword damage and polearm damage to the front row for 2 turns. At level 1, both these damages are increased by 10%, and at level 10, 15%. Moving on to his notable support skills, he has a self HP recovery, potency of 165, that's pretty high. It also increases his physical attack and crit rate by 15% for 2 turns. And additionally, he's able to act first next turn. And then for his second notable support skill, he gives an AoE 20% increase to physical attack and 20% increase in sword and polearm damage for 2 turns. And then finally onto his passives, he's able to extend debuffs to enemies by 1 turn. At max HP, he's able to increase physical attack by 15% and also increase sword and polearm damage by 15% for the front row. He has 10% in lightning resistance and 20 in wind. So stat wise, he's pretty neutral, nothing too interesting, but the fact that his kit functions like a sub DPS with these kind of stats are pretty good. With speed higher than 2B's and abilities that allow him to do more damage as a sword user, Richard is undoubtedly the strongest sword user right now with his passives and abilities. So the main question, should you pull? These characters finally came. Memory Travelers are some of the best characters in the game. These characters make the rest of the other travelers look generic. Richard is still being used in JP to this day. His sword and polearm enhancing damage ability is just too good. When compared to sword damage, he is much better than 2B, but 2B beats him in the axe category. Moving forward, his 4-hit sword attack will be his hardest hitting ability. Simply put, he is an amazing enabler and a solid attacker. Now let's put this into perspective. If you're free to play, you need exactly 4,500 rupees to pity for Richard, as he's the featured Memory Traveler. Now, this is usually the worst case scenario. Having to pity is never fun, but because he is the first Memory Traveler, there's 2 ways you can go about this. You can spend the 4,500 rupees if you have it and pity for Richard. That'll set you back, and when the first anniversary comes along, you might be in a pinch. Or there's a second way. You keep on holding onto your rupees, and you wait for the next Memory Traveler to come out. When the next Memory Traveler comes out, you spend 6,000 rupees trying for the new Memory Traveler, whoever that can be. And because you spent 6,000 rupees, you receive fragments that allow you to pity for Richard if you wanted to. Again, the featured Memory Traveler pity is 4,500 and 1,600 for the past Memory Travelers. Essentially, it's a 2-in-1 deal. This guarantees you a Memory Traveler while trying your luck for the new Memory Traveler. For some free to play, this might be the way forward in conserving your rupees. Now for longevity wise, Richard is definitely here to stay. He again is a staple in all warrior and polearm comps. Memory Travelers should definitely be prioritized when pulling. But how you want to go about it is up to you. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up. Character design 4 out of 5. Richard reminds me of Lambo from Katakayo, Hitman Reborn for some reason. Must be the hair. Voice actor Takamasa Mogi looks like he's a big fan of Octopath Traveler. Abilities 4.5 out of 5. While his supporting abilities are top notch, the majority of his attacks are random target. That never is good if you're up against a group of enemies. Longevity 5 out of 5, he's here to stay. Global buff 0 to 5, that'd be nice to have. Time limited, yes, unfortunately he is. 0 out of 5. But because he's in the Octopath universe, we'll see him again someday. Overall impression 4.6. He is a memory traveler status. These characters are on a league themselves. Anyways, this Wednesday we'll go ahead and do a full step up, see if we get him or not. I want to spend my rubies efficiently, so we'll see how it goes. To those who are also pulling this Wednesday, good luck, and like always, take care of yourselves, let out.